Okay, hey everybody, this is Coach Allison. I've got week 45, Defy Aging, and it's a new month. Well, new month. It's not, we don't always change it a new month, but it's been the 2 months of the past warm up. So we're in a new 2 month section, which means a new warm up and a new cool down. So be ready for that this coming week. The workout itself is going to have two circuits of 4 exercises in each one. If your attendance is large enough, they'll be running simultaneously. If it's 4 people or fewer, you can all do one together, kind of more team effort there. You're going to go through 3 rounds of whatever circuit you begin with. So whether you begin with A or B, 3 rounds of that, and then switch 3 rounds at the other one. And the rounds are timed a little differently. We're going to do 40 on, 30 off, 30 on, 30 off, and 20 on, 30 off. We've done that timing breakdown quite a bit over the years. So that's that. Again, 4 stations in each circuit. So we have 8 things to review. Let's get to some demos. Station 1, circuit a wall sit plus a goblet hold. So we'll need a kettlebell for this. Now, adding a goblet hold or any kind of weight to a wall sit is a progression. So if it's a little too, you're not there yet, you're still maybe perfecting your wall sit, we can leave the weight out of it. This is an option for a progression, just FYI. Have your kettlebell in your hand before you come down. Hold it at chest height. Sink into your wall sit as low as you're able until you're parallel to the floor. So if we're not quite there yet, that's okay. And knees are right on top of ankles. So we don't want the feet too far forward, but we don't want them too far back. And then the goblet hold, we just hold this kettlebell at chest height, not touching the chest, about an inch out. And we hold that. Yeah. Just that. Anyway, let's make these wall sits a little tougher than the average by adding that weight if you're up for it, and that's the wall sit goblet hold. Station 2 for circuit A is a single arm chest press. Another one that we toss in quite a bit. There's so many varieties of chest presses. We're going to do a single arm this week. So have the weight in your lap before you lie back, just like this. Elbow isn't straight out to the side, but it is dipped down a little bit of an angle out from your shoulder socket, a little bit. And we press up. I think we had this 2 weeks ago, I think. But anyway, yep. There you go. And then halfway through the set, we're going to switch sides. So toss that weight safely, carefully over to the other side at the halfway point. And there we go. When you put the weight down, when your set's done, I want you to put it down like this. Let the bell kind of clunk down. What we don't want to do is put it down like this. There is a difference. This is straining our elbow and our bicep a little bit. But if we put it down like this, it's just it's the elbow and the bicep are going down at this neutral angle instead of a supine angle. So it is safer for the arm. Little safety side note there, but that's station 2. Station 3 is a step up with a knee drive. I know we did step ups last week with weights, and it was continual on one side. No, it's variety because we're doing the knee drive today or this week. So you'll keep one leg up there. This leg won't come down until it's time to switch legs. Your other knee isn't just going to come up here, but I want you to bypass that part altogether and bring the knee up and then right back down. Drive the knee, back down. Drive the knee, back down. Now, if you come up and you stumble a little and you have to put the foot down, is that okay? Of course that's okay. But yeah, halfway through the set, your coach, there's a lot of halfway switching, so coaches will be calling out the halfway point for many people. Switch legs and start to drive that knee up on the other side. Okay, we want this not slow motion, but slow and controlled. We're not just like doing this. So it's a come down, put your weight down on that foot as high as you can get the knee. Down, up, and pause. So it's slow, controlled movement. It's not fast and momentum-y. Anyway, that is exercise or station 3. The last station for circuit A is a slow negative overhead press. And the negative of a press is the way down. It's the eccentric portion of the movement. Every exercise has a positive and a negative. So normal press, palms forward. We go up normal, and 3, 2, 1. Up normal speed, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's the gist of it. It's harder than it looks because that going down slow, it's just harder because you're trying to resist the way down. And it takes out some momentum. When we do presses, sometimes there's some unknowingly, there's some momentum. This really takes that out. So it feels a little harder. So don't, maybe do something, the one weight lighter than what you would normally do for a press, or maybe do the lighter weight for the 40-second set, but you can bump the weight up to maybe your normal weight for this movement on the 20-second set, because it's quicker. So it's up to you, but be mindful that it is a tiny bit harder than a normal press. We are now on to circuit B. Okay, the first station in circuit B is a dumbbell RDL, Romanian deadlift. We do these all the time. We typically, I'd say, do it with kettlebells more so. We're gonna do it with the dumbbells this week. So the deadlift position, as many of you know, is hopping. See how my hips are starting like here, and they're gonna end back here, because you pop your hips back, keep your back flat, soft bend in your knee joint, so we're not locking the knees out like this. But it's also not a squat, so it's a soft bend in the knee. And you just let those weights drop straight down. If the weights are coming forward, we know we're not doing the hinge, because we're not popping the hips back. If you watch where my weights are going, they're going to be going pretty much straight down. All right, see, my back's nice and flat, so what we want to avoid is just rounding the back like this. This isn't a deadlift, and it's not good for our back, actually. So shoulders down and back, keep them there. If you keep your shoulder blades locked in, your back should stay flat. I'm going to let my shoulder blades round a little, and now my back's not flat anymore. And you don't have to, you can hold them. I like to say kitty corner. I kind of like to hold the dumbbells at an angle, kind of drawing down the fronts of my shins, or I should say the kitty corner, the corners of my shins. They don't have to be right in front. When they're right in front, that can force some shrugging, because you're trying to keep the weights perfectly straight like this. But if I allow them to kind of open up to the corners, then I'm able to keep those shoulders from shrugging. So I know many of you, that was a refresher because you've done it a lot, but we also always have new people coming in. So that's our dumbbell Romanian deadlift. Next station is our TRX row, and we do this one quite a bit. There's lots of different grips that we utilize. We're going to do kind of the standard neutral grip this time. That means the elbows will stay in along your sides, no flaring out the elbows or anything like that, and your wrists will stay turned inward. Okay, so with TRX, you want to come all the way back, but when you are in the back position like this, we aren't popping the hips back. So we're not doing any hip thrusting. Your body stays as stiff as a board at all times like this. And when you come up, you should still be at a slight angle at the top, because we want to keep tension on the TRX. Whereas if I come up like this, now there's no tension here anymore, right? So you maybe come like 95% up, all the way up. The lower you step, the harder the movement gets, because you're just fighting against gravity a little more. And there you go. We're not like thrusting the hips or changing that back position at all. Keep your back and your body as straight as a board. Okay. The hand position stays like this at all times. Elbows stay in. All right. TRX back row for exercise or station 2. Right, station 3 is a little different. It's kind of. We're going to be incorporating a bicep curl, which is not very different, but we're going to do it in a tall kneeling position, which is exactly what it sounds like. You're on your knees and we're up tall. I know we do a lot of half kneel, not this time. Yeah, and after that, this just utilizes your core a lot differently and a lot more, so it's a nice variety. After that, it's a single arm bicep curl. I like to, as many of you know, I like to do this kind of curl, palm in at the top, and then rotate it at the bottom so it slides nicely next to your side. You don't have to kind of hold the arm out, but that's really preference. If you like this kind of curl better, keeping the palm forward at all times, that's okay. Halfway through the set, we'll switch sides. That way we get, reps on each side. Couple things to note. Your body position stays locked in really still, so I don't want you to be doing any like this. Also, dead stop at the bottom with the dumbbell, so we aren't swinging it like this. Okay, a couple things to keep in mind with that. Anyone not staying on the knees, not doing knee stuff, we will come to a standard standing bicep curl. Okay, all right, tall kneeling bicep curl for station 3. Station 4 is a Superman lat pull. So we're working the whole back, the whole posterior chain with this one, really, because Superman already works your posterior chain. mostly, not all of it. And then we add in the lat pulls, so we're getting lats and scapula. We're getting rear. It's everything in the back of your body, almost even down to the glutes. So let's see what this looks like. I think I never know where to put this because everything is stretched out a lot. Okay, so you have a band anchored low to something. You might need help getting in and out of this one. So maybe your coach can hand you the handles or something. Anyway, so hold on to those handles, obviously. No, Superman, if I wasn't going to utilize these at all, Superman, as many of you know, is this. What we're going to do is on the lift, we're also going to pull into a lat pull down with the band. So we lift into Superman and pull those elbows back and down and release. Lift and pull. Legs are lifting too. See my, oh crap. Well, my legs aren't really in the, my legs are lifting too. Something to keep in mind with the lat pull. I want you to end with the handle right in front of the shoulder. What I see a lot is kind of coming down like this. See how my hand is now at the floor? Like this. But draw those elbows straight back and your hand should end. I think I'm not in a good camera view. Pretend I have the handles. We aren't doing this and pulling it back and jacking up the elbow. Instead, we're keeping the hand right in line with your shoulder. Your elbow is just drawing back. It's not drawing back and up. So I hope that made sense. Your coach might have to do some physical correcting on that one because it's hard to see what our body is doing when we're on the floor. And then, now anyone knocking on the floor, there is not a great exact alternative for this one, okay? Because we can't really get the mid and lower back and the lats all in once with anything I've thought of, any apparatus or machine. It's okay. We're going to get some core activation as well as the lat pull down. So for those people, you need your band tied up somewhere high, and we're going to do a seated lat pull down. Now, doing a seated version works your core a lot more than just standing because you have to use a lot of core strength and stability to stay upright and kind of fight against the pulling of this band. Okay, so sit up tall, and the arm movement is actually exactly the same as the people on the floor. See how I'm pulling back? My hands are ending right in front of my shoulders. I'm going to move my camera so you can maybe get a little better view. Sorry, this is going to be a long demo for this one. Okay, sitting up tall, down and back. See, my hands are ending right in front of my shoulders here. They're not coming we're not kind of coming down here like this. Chest stays tall and proud. You can even put a tiny little arch in your low back. Okay, so Superman lat pull for the floor, full floor exercise. Seated lat pull if the floor is not an option. There we go. All right, so that's the workout. There is no team builder this week because we have found that the weeks where we change our warm up and our cool down, these take a little bit longer because we have so many new movements to review and perfect and go over. So because of that extra time, we're going to forego the team builder for the week and we'll resume that back in week 46. But anyway, that's week 45, new warm up, new cool down. I hope you enjoy it.